Welcome back to Swirly Circle's 7 Days of Summer Surprises. In this 5th day of the 7 days, we are going to be ranking Apex Legends weapons. Every single one, even these weird ultimate ones. I don't know why the list includes these, but whatever. Even the grenades, too. I'm even talk about the grenades. Like, every single weapon you can imagine. We're going to start by ammo type. And I think heavy is good to start off with. Sure, there's only a few tiers, being S, A, B, C, and D, but I don't feel like adding any more. The first weapon is the 30-30 repeater. The 30-30 is I like it, but like ever since they removed the shadow caps, they had a buff a while ago where you could have shadow caps as soon as you ADS, and I thought that was 30-30 in its prime. You could even have Skull Piercer, which Skull Piercer with a fully charged 30-30 is absolutely insane. But just because you need to aim, it's good mid range. Close range is pretty bad. Long range it can do. So it's a marksman. I don't know what you expect me to say about a marksman. It kind of sucks because you have to get the most value out of it. You have to charge it up. And since usually Apex is a very fast-paced game, you don't have not all the time you have all that time to charge up 30-30. But as me personally, it's hard to use. But if once you get good with the 30-30, you're absolutely shred, especially with the Skull Piercer hop up you can put on it. But since it kind of requires a hop up to be like good, I think I can put it in a solid B tier. The next is the car SMG. I'm gonna consider this heavy ammo just so I can get this over with. The car SMG is one of the better SMGs in the game. The car SMG, you can if you can't find any heavy ammo, you can just switch it to light ammo, and they keep trying to buff the R9 so the car SMG won't be used as much. But the car is just so good. It's good in Titanfall. It's good in Apex. It's definitely, I don't know. I think it's either S tier or A tier. It's S tier, honestly. The next is the VK-47 flatline. The flatline is just like the heavier version of the 301, and it's real good, but it's just kind of worse than the 30-30. But if the flatline is pretty well used, so I'm gonna probably say low A tier. The next weapon is the Prowler SMG. This is my personal favorite SMG. As me personally, I love the SMG and like the Prowler SMG in any ways. But ever since they removed Select Fire, it's kind of been stuck to being a burst weapon. I'd say it's not the best one damage, but it's kind of, the recoil is kind of strange to use. If I'm gonna move my personal bias out the way, I'm gonna say probably high B tier. Still really good SMG and kind of underused. The only way you could buff it is probably just bring Select Fire back as a heavy type. No, a golden hop up, like Hammer Points or Skull Piercer. Make it golden, and that's the only way you could buff the Prowler. The Rampage is easily the most overpowered LMG, and especially with the Thermite, and it's so ungodly good. I don't think anyone's surprised that it's like the top of S tier. All right, that's all the heavy weapons, I believe. Now we're gonna move on to light weapons. The first light weapon is the Alternator. It's kind of that it's on the lower end of SMGs. It's not that good. No one really picks it up, and I think it was better as a care package weapon, personally. That was when it was at best, but I'd say probably high C tier, getting close to the bottom. The P2020 is the worst weapon in the game, so instant D tier. I'd probably put an F tier if F tier even existed. The P20 is just awful, and especially for someone like me that's on controller, the only way is on mouse and keyboard, so you can spam it. But you have to be really good with the P20 and it's only useful with hammer points. And if there's a weapon that absolutely requires a hop up to be actually decent, I'm pretty sure that's not good. So, the P20 is instant on D tier. The next weapon of the list is the G7 Scout. The G7 Scout is my Yeah, sure. All right, I'm gonna pause that real quick because I need to do. Sorry for that inconvenient break. We're gonna move on to the G7 Scout. The G7 Scout is my personal favorite marksman rifle. Double tap is nice to have, and since this season has double tap, it's pretty good. It's pretty aight. Um, so the G7 Scout is probably the best marksman. So I probably put it on A tier. The R99 is just the most powerful SMG and most widely popular SMG. And they buffed the damage last season, and they haven't changed the damage. And yeah, the R99 is just right, I think right above the car SMG on the S tier. The R301 is just the perfect weapon. You don't need to ever balance it. It's always good, but not like too good. It's just the best weapon. The best weapon that's not too powerful. The R301 is top of A tier for awesome sauce. The next weapon we are going to talk about is the Spitfire. Probably one of the better LMGs. Definitely still a good one. And it should the reloading is very quick for an SMG, and the M600 Spitfire is a really good A tier weapon. I'd say probably below the VK47 flatline. Now we got the RE45 Auto. This is probably the best pistol, in my opinion, but for the people that just don't got the best aim. It's just a good pistol. I'd probably say middle of B tier. It's still a pistol though. With hammer points, I'd probably say A, but without hammer points, it's a B. All right, the next weapon type we're gonna talk about is snipers. Starting off with a charge rifle. I don't know why this got nerfed. Like, who picks up this thing? And even though it's super easy to just find cover and run around, but it's still a pretty good sniper. It's my personal favorite sniper. So, just snipers alone, kind of dookie water right now. So, I'd say above the RE45, below the Prowler on B tier. The next is the longbow. I used to like the longbow a lot, but it's just kind of the accuracy with me alone, kind of dookie at it. So, probably not as good as it used to be. Well, actually, no, it was never good to begin with, so probably C tier. The Sentinel is probably one of the better snipers. I'd say probably above the Prowler, especially with the shield cells. Basically, it's like a baby Kraber, and you can find these in the crafting, I think. The final sniper ammo type is the Wingman. To a lot, this is the best pistol, but it requires some aim. But if you got the aim, you're real good. Me personally, I don't have good aim, so I'm gonna put it above the G7 Scout. The next ammo type is the Energy. Starting off with the Devotion, my personal favorite LMG. It's good. It's pretty decent, but with turbocharger, it's like easily S tier. But without it, it's just kind of probably on B tier, below the above the RE45. Actually, probably even above the charge rifle. Just the Havoc is another one with turbocharger, and turbocharger is good with the Havoc. The Havoc is probably one of the better assault rifles, kind of underused. So I'm gonna probably say below the Devotion. The Triple Tank is Triple Tank is the marksman rifle. It doesn't take 3 ammo per shot now. It only takes 1, which is a buff I think they made, but not really a necessary one. It's real good with precision, so you can get a lot of damage, or you can have it spread out, and it's pretty good overall. So I'd probably say above the Prowler. On actually no, I'd probably say an A tier. It's one of the better marksmans. I'm actually gonna move the G7 Scout above the M600 Spitfire. The Volt is one of the. It used to be a real good SMG, but it's kind of been outclassed by the R9 and the car. So it's still a pretty decent SMG. Um, probably I'd say B2, probably above the Prowler for sure. So probably in S tier, low S tier. I mean not S tier, A tier. The last one is Nemesis. It's overpowered, easily below the Rampage. Actually, probably even above it. I'd say. What if I could swap these two? And yeah, it's just really good. Especially since you can charge it up, basically making it almost an auto weapon just by shooting it. And even on its slow, it's still really good. It does a lot of damage. The next is the shotguns. The shotguns are overall pretty good. There's only four of them. So we're gonna start off with the Peacekeeper. Me personally, I just never seem to get the Peacekeeper right. But the people that go with the Peacekeeper, heavy hitter, absolute massive damage. I'd say probably low S tier. Mozambique, it used to be the worst weapon ever, but now it's kind of acceptable. 6 shots. And Hammer Point, easily like A tier, but I'd say low B tier on its own. Mastiff is my personal favorite shotgun. It has a lot of spread, but sometimes you can get those missed shots. So probably below the R301 on A tier. The EVA 8, I don't know why it just kind of fell off, but it's still pretty decent shotgun. Especially with double tap, that's where it shines. And since double tap is back, it's real good. So I'd say B tier, probably in between Devotion and Havoc. And now we're going into the more obscure weapons. We're gonna start with legend abilities as the weapons. I know this is a little weird. I don't know if anyone has ever like done with this tier list. We're gonna start off with Sheila, Rampart's ultimate. Honestly, the weapon is pretty decent, but you can't reload it unless if it's on the ground. Um, it's useful for the most part. It's good for breaking down doors and just getting through like other rampart walls and Newcastle ultimates. Any ability that you could play that could be placed down and has a health on it, this could easily tear through it. Definitely good for riding into a building into a secure area. Definitely a must have for that. So I'd say probably A tier, high A tier. Probably the high won't go any down. Next is Fuse's ultimate. It can't be reloaded. Only has one shot. And like I said on the Legends tier list, easily can get out of. But when it works indoors, when there's a small area, still real good. I probably put it on A tier as well, probably between the triple take and VK47 flatline. Next is Vintage's sniper, real good. I like how you could do extra damage to any of your teammates. You could even hit it again. Can't be reloaded. Only has 5 shots. It's an ultimate ability for Vintage. If it wasn't on Vintage, definitely S tier. But since Vintage is carrying this weapon, I hate Vintage. Vintage, stupid sniper weapon can be put on B tier. Alright, now we're going to rank the grenades as well. There's only 3 of them. So, I think they're all really good. The Arcstar is definitely the best. It sticks on the things and has a stun effect that can disable tridents. I know barely anyone knows that, but if you throw an Arcstar to a trident, it can disable the trident. So, easily a stopper for if you're chasing someone down with a trident. With your trident, you could throw it, disable them, and then you can rush in. It sticks to opponents, and you can easily just get a knock or two. If you spam it like a fuse, if you fuse, the Arcstar will be your best friend. So easily Arcstar is an S tier, better than any other grenade. Actually, I'll probably even put it above the Car SMG because it's overall a great grenade. The next grenade we're talking about is the frag. The frag is your basic grenade, but it can do a lot of things. Again, it breaks through doors. Actually, all the grenades break through doors. It does the most damage on impact, but sometimes when it rolls, it kind of can get out of control. So probably above Sheila on the tier. Actually, no, I take that back. Sheila could do a lot more damage than the thing. So I've played Rampart enough to know that the Sheila it's good, but like it's not the best because it's just really slow to wind up. Actually, I take it back. I'm gonna put Sheila on the lowest tier. The next grenade is Thermite. This is really good for like close indoors kind of situations and kinda okay open. But if you are throwing a grenade into the open, you'd probably stick with the Arcstar or the Frag. It's kind of situational. I know a lot of people love the Thermite, and I understand that, so I'm just put it right below the Frag. That's just me personally. Yeah, but like, I feel like just the explosions of the Arcstar and the Frag can be a lot more dangerous than the Thermite because you could just run out the Thermite and take as little damage. But like if you're in a close area, you can't really escape the Thermite. Thermite is pretty big deal. Then now we're gonna move on to the care package weapons and the throwing knife. We're gonna start with the throwing knife because it's a little bit. It could be a care package weapon. I'm hoping, and maybe one day it'll be a care package weapon. But it is a tank. Sure, you need good accuracy. It's kind of like the wingman, but like more dangerous. If you got aim with this, dude, this is like a SMG Kraber kind of, more like a marksman Kraber. Real fast firing rate for the damage, definitely above the R99 for the throwing knife. Now, I know most rankings don't really include the care package weapons, but I'm gonna do it because some of the care package weapons kind of smell like dookie water, smelly bum cakes, you know? For example, the Hemlock is one of those smelly bum cakes, smells like absolute dookie water, dad left me at the age of 2 kind of weapons, you know? It kind of sucks. I think I'd take almost any other weapon. No one takes up the Hemlock, they'd rather keep to, like, any other weapon. I'd say, even though the damage is decent, but, like, I think the Prowler does more damage just for the speed of it. Sure, the boosted loader is fine, but honestly, you should probably take, like, an R301 more than the Hemlock. Since the Hemlock is in the care package, it's just not good. Swap it out with something actually decent. The L-Star is back in the care package, and it's still real good. The L-Star is still good with it. Yeah, L-Star, definitely one of the better care package weapons. I'd say put it above R301 on A tier. Crap. Moving on with the bow check. The bow check bow. It's okay. Honestly, I don't see myself using this all that much. It's still pretty good. I would say below L-Star on the tier list. And the final weapon of the tier list is the Kraber. This is easily one of the best weapons if you got aim with it. It could easily just start off a brand new fight and it will set you into the winning goal of whatever fight you land the shot in. Just easily, like, cuts right through the red shield, and then instantly they have no shields, and then you can easily rush in if you get a good... Or you could just stay behind and keep sniping with the third party. This is easily just the best weapon in the game if you have aim with it, so top of S tier. And I'm gonna let you guys have a quick look at the tier list. If you guys have objections to the tier list, please leave it in the comments down below. I like for you to read. I like to read comments. And, if you guys think the P2020 is an S tier, go ahead, let me know. I might even change my mind, change my point of view. And cue the outro.